Denver. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Fielded right around the 8. On play action, it's Murray. Rolling to his right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
We know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles. And there, when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out into the open field, things seem to break down the secondary a little bit, and he picks out the right target.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 8 coming up. Throwing now is Murray. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Murray now on first down. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They fake the handoff, now Murray. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Got a man, it's Mims. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game plan for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game plan for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
Murray's throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Broncos are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now a man whose father won 2 rings as a Bronco. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On first down, Hurts.
Flush to his right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready, break. Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the turnover, here's Murray.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
You'd think defenses defenses might be a little more prepared for plays like this because so many offensive coordinators, when they get the ball after a turnover, they do like to dial up a deep ball right away. And if I were a defensive coordinator in this league, that's exactly what I would say to my defense before they went out to play. In this case, though, they didn't get the message, and a big play resulted.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Murray. Throw left side, taken in by Mims. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Now a handoff looking right. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Play fake. Murray. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown Broncos. Trey McBride. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. On 2nd down and 4, Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. From From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
We'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Jalen Hurts.
A 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Raiders have got it back to within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. On second and 9, Murray.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. And this one is right down the middle. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
He'll
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tarvarius Moore. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Throwing on second and long. Hurts. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering just how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats says 21.8 miles per hour. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. On the move past the 40. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Play action. Now it's Murray. That's complete to McBride. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
What a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Raider D, they get the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. Yeah. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. Here's Hurts to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Looking for Mims, but this is intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this certainly a key moment in this game, trailing by 3. Fourth quarter with a spot in the championship game next weekend on the line. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner. We watched them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On the tackle, it was Dane Cruikshank.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. And now here's a carry heading left. Room here to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Eluding the pressure right.
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Now a throw here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive? Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 39 yards there, a big one.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Play action. Here's Hurts.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it.
And the Broncos will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
To about the 33-yard line.
He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then at the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here.
112 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship, and do you think that the printing press